imagine? He looks very ape-like. He looks so condescending. He's sleazy place among us. Okay, how dumb do you think I am, game? Let's Bosco Phelps. Perhaps it is uncommon dying message, one new thing to investigate. This is a really fancy sandwich.
She's spelling out the killer's name with the filling of a sonic.
Ha, I wonder whose name is spelled out.
So he's got the spelling wrong. It's spelled with an F, not a PH.
We now have enough evidence to prove Carrière committed the murder. This time we'll crack him. Intense music.
I am surprised you have asked me to come here again. You have arrested Phelps now, I presume? No, we haven't. Because Mr. Phelps isn't guilty. Pardon? Mr. Phelps didn't kill Miss Aldrich. No, the real killer is... Yes. It's you! The real killer is you, Mr. Zach Carrière. Mon Dieu, I cannot believe what I am hearing. You have already established that Phillips is the killer, no?
I'm so bad at French accent.
Oh, that's yesterday's news. And you're the new kid on the block today, and it's going to stick. Are you out of your mind? The cravat of a lover. For the dying message, everything points to Phil. Aye, everything points to Mr. Phelps, because that's how you set it up.
If Mr. Phelps were truly the culprit, surely he would have gone to greater lengths to hide the murder weapon. And there's evidence that proves unequivocally that the author of the dying message was not Miss Aldrich.
Both impossible! If you have the evidence, show to me. I do not believe you. This receipt is proof. It is the receipt of the room service, no? Exactly. It was I who gave the paper to the woman in the first place. What can this possibly prove?
Have a look for yourself. You may notice it's signed Bosco Phelps.
Oui, and? No! You've seen it now, haven't you? Phelps is spelled with an F, not a PH.
And the signature was penned by Miss Aldrich. It's hard to imagine that she would have gotten the spelling of her own lover's name wrong.
Must we? In normal circumstances, you are right, of course. But the sandwich was Miss Aldrich's dying message that she had created while she was being murdered. In these circumstances, it is no surprise that she made a petite error. She was in a panic.
True, that would make perfect sense. But if Miss Aldrich was in a panic, then something else she did doesn't make sense at all.
And what is that?
A certain piece of evidence should make everything clear. Lucy, do you know what piece of evidence I'm referring to? What shows that the dying message wasn't left in haste? Wait. So it's either... Well, like, if she was trying to spell out the name thing, one, why would she put her... Okay, hold on. I'm brain farting, because I'm like, it's either the fish or her hand. Why would she put her hand in the sandwich? Why wouldn't she struggle? Is this right? Please be right. Oh, I was wrong.
That's totally illogical. As I said, Mademoiselle Aldrich was in a panic, so it is the fish.
Ain't that one to the right thing? Hang on, it's you. Whoops.
It was a piece of the fried fish that with the pickle juice on it. It's a reason that means it's where it's in the sandwich originally, either just above or just below the pickles. I'm sure you don't need to point out what the first letter of fried or fish is, do I, Mr. Carrière?
No.
Anyone who knew the proper spelling of Phelps wouldn't have taken out the fish finger and stuck in a hand. No, they'd just taken out the pickles, leaving Phelps. Oh, and look, no hands. Zut!
The idea that someone could think to remove some fried fish and put their own hand into the sandwich while being strangled to death is a little too hard to believe. No, the person who had created this had had plenty of time, but sadly didn't know the spelling of Phelps. Someone rather like you.
No. Wait, perhaps it was not Mademoiselle Aldrich who left the dying message. But you have nothing to prove that it was me who killed her. Nothing!
We have proof. You see, we had to ask ourselves why the culprit placed the victim's hand in the sandwich at all.
What do you have just told me? To create the misspelled dying message, no?
No, that's not it. There was another motive for making sure the victim's hand was in the sandwich. Lucy?
You wanted to mask the smell of your aftershave that were on Mrs. Aldrich's hand.
Mr. Phelps' statement confirms that you frequently wear very strong-smelling aftershave.
While you were throttling her, I bet Miss Aldrich were grabbing at you, getting that scent all over her hand.
So you needed something to disguise the smell.
You put her hand in the sandwich so that it would get covered with pickle juice.
But you knew that the victim having her hand in the sandwich would raise too many questions. So you created a diversion, in the form of a dying message. None?
No, this is your fantasy. You've imagined everything.
We have proof. If I'm not mistaken, Miss Aldrich must have left a mark on you. A wound, where she was grabbing at you when your aftershave rubbed off on her hand.
You have no basis to say this. Can you see such a room? Huh?
Not at the moment. Because you're hiding it. You're hiding it?
It's on your neck.
I know, this case is unbelievably simple.
That's the normal place where folks apply aftershave. It's there or on their wrists.
And then I noticed something about you the very first time I set my eyes on you. That unusual way in which you wear your neckerchief. Neckerchief? And wearing your neckerchief. It's such a weird way to put it. Neckerchief. Granted, it's just a theory, but I'd be willing to bet that you're wearing it like that to cover up a wound. No. This wound is...
So you admit it. There is a wound then.
We'll be able to compare the shape of the wound with Miss Aldrich's fingers to ascertain the truth. Unless you'd rather spare yourself the embarrassment and admit to it now.
It was all her. She is the blame.
blame. She was in just 1 month. Just how much money did she think I had? Oh, you were paying her money, were you? Our job is done, Lucy. The case is closed. The lawyers can take over from here.
Good luck to them. We cracked it!
Yes. Thanks for all the effort you put in, Lucy.
Oh, it were not.
It's a rather exciting place to work, wouldn't you agree?
I am a bit too exciting.
I was wondering, Lucy, if you'd like to stay on and be my assistant on a more permanent basis?
What? You mean I passed your little test?
There's one condition. You have to be willing to learn. I have a lot to teach you.
Always happy to learn, me. Thanks very much, Prof.
In that case, for the second time, welcome to London's New Scotland Yard Serious Crime Division Classified Investigation Agency Headquarters. Holy crap, there's a lot of redundancy in that.
By heck, that's a bit of a mouthful.
I couldn't agree more. It's a highly inefficient name. That's why I prefer to call it the Mystery Room.
That does sound dead good, that does. I work in the mystery room. I'm raring to go there. Chuck all your crimes at me and I'll beat them down one by one.
That's just the sort of attitude you need, Lucy. Keep that up and you'll do very well. Your sharp instincts remind me of my brother. I have high hopes for you.
Oh, a brother, you say?
Yes, I'll introduce you one day. Yes, that's right. I've assigned a young woman there. She's completely inexperienced, but of course, I'll continue to keep a close eye on things. Yay! We solved it! So I'm really glad I could show you guys this. I hope you guys won't mind if I keep playing this. I really enjoy it. I think it's funny. I know this game, the first case was very much like, oh, it's so easy. But the cases get a little harder as they go on. And also I really like the overall story of this game. So I hope to share it with you all. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Bye guys!